फिर से सारी बातें जो नहीं करनी थी कर डाली माँ अम्मी आज पूरी रात
Welcome back to the Broadcast Podcast. I am Nazar, and with me I have my brother Bashaar.
Bashaar.
What's your name?
Ahmed Bashaar.
Okay, yeah, that one.
Confusion होती है ना कभी कभार.
Yeah,
Some people call me Ahmed, some people call me Bashaar. I have an identity crisis.
that's your own doing. Like you could have fixed that early on, but here we are.
It's okay.
Anyways, we're back after a long hiatus. We haven't sat together in a while.
I haven't seen you in like the longest time.
I mean, corporate life will do that to you, so that's not really my fault.
That's true.
Why are we here today? After a long time.
After a long time.
After
I
a
feel
long
like one of
time.
those boys from Pakistan who, you know, after they go to this chai dhaba and they put a snap and it says after a long time.
Yeah, we're definitely one of those Karachi boys for sure.
So after a long time, guys. Yeah, we're just here. हम लोग बैठे हैं बात करने के लिए about the Pakistan versus England series.
Tough one. Tough test series. We come back for this one, really?
Yeah,
पहले टेस्ट मैच के बाद आ जाना चाहिए था and then फिर नहीं आना चाहिए था.
असल में मसला ये है कि मैं बड़ा invested हूँ इस
तुम
series
कैमरे में बात कर लो ना फिर. सामने में बैठा हूँ कैमरे में देख रहे.
अवाम को with eye contact, guys. असल में मैं बड़ा invested था सीरीज में क्योंकि जिस वक्त मेरा काम शुरू होता था उसी वक्त टेस्ट मैच शुरू होता था तो I watched ball to ball all 3 test matches. So I was very very invested और I was so disappointed to see Pakistan पहला टेस्ट मैच इतना करीब आ गया था जीतने में. They were in a position to win solidly for a good 2.5 days and then one bad session and then poof, you just lose.
That's test cricket, man.
That's test cricket. Yeah, you can't be complacent at any point, you know. It's not finished till it's over.
Yeah. So why did you think that this would be a good point for us to come back? Why this test series? I was under the impression we could have totally swept this under the rug, not talk about it, let it happen. It's done. It's gone. Allah khair sallah.
I think it's very important because as a fan of Pakistan cricket, I think test cricket is very important. And watching this test series, we were like virtually in quarantine सब घर पे हैं. So it reminded me of the days when I used to wake up in Pakistan to watch the series जब भी आती थी England में.
Yeah.
Those were some good times, you know. Asif खेलता था, Amir खेलता था, Yusuf, Yunus. So it was like a bit of nostalgia watching test cricket in England again.
No.
So and it kind of reawakened that love for test cricket. And
I mean, yeah, test cricket is always going to be, you know, some of the best quality cricket that we're going to ever see. That's for sure. But
test of character, temperament, talent.
yeah, patience, man.
Exactly. So
And that's a fact. But this season in particular, if you wanna do this correctly, we have to go like match by match.
yeah, I think also another reason why we are reviewing it because I had a lot of expectations.
Yeah, same. I did too.
बड़ी hype team गई थी हमारी ये with Shaheen Shah, Naseem Shah, Babar.
Quarantine के बीच में, pandemic के बीच में, like, you know, जान पे खेल के literally, and it was like, well,
yeah. तो I think इसमें एक तीसरा भी player खेल रहा था, बारिश.
oh my
which
god,
was the ultimate winner.
आज T20 भी नहीं हुआ इसकी वजह से. That was so stupid.
So I think you know what they should do? They should start playing in a dome.
You know, I've heard that idea floating around.
It's
a few
happened
times.
before in Australia. There was
वो
this
जो आफरीदी ने
match.
छत पे छक्का मार दिया था.
Exactly.
That stuff like that is gonna happen then.
Yeah, I mean no, but we get some cricket, right? Those rules are pretty high.
But isn't cricket an elemental game?
Yeah, the fact that conditions the pitch,
matter, man. Like अगर आप dome के अंदर खेल रहे हो, can't you manipulate the conditions? Not saying that teams already don't do that. They do. Like अगर आप home team पे खेल रहे हो Sri Lanka में, the pitch is gonna spin.
Yeah.
If you're playing a home game in England, you're gonna find seaming pitches. Like that's the thing.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. थोड़ा सा monotonous हो जाएगा. And that home advantage will not be there because जो भी match होता है in the dome,
Yeah.
that was a drop in pitch, and I think it was a rugby stadium.
Yeah, it'll be like how the NBA is playing in the bubble. Like there's
Yeah.
no home and away advantage. It's literally all the same.
So anyway, let's start with the first test.
Let's go. I'm gonna pull up some of the stats too.
I think Pakistan won the toss and they batted first, which was a very brave decision. मैं मिसबा इनको necessarily से मैं expect नहीं कर रहा था कि they would take such a brave decision.
Why was that a brave decision?
Because conditions in England are they're seaming and swinging. तो अगर आप पहले बैटिंग करने जा रहे हो, there's a very good chance you can be rolled over for less than 200, 150.
Yeah.
So the fact that that happened, and then I think we had a really good opening partnership. Sean Masood, albeit he got a few chances, he played really well. He got dropped, I think, before 50 twice. इसका एक stumping miss हुआ था by Butler, and then catch drop हुआ था by Butler.
That's the only innings Shan Masood performed in, just by the way.
No, that was his 4th test 100.
No, in the series, I mean.
In the series, yeah. I mean, that's Pakistani. That's typical Pakistani.
I mean, uske baad, I mean, obviously we're going to come to the whole did Babar live up to his expectations talk.
Yeah.
But did he live up to his expectations? Probably not, but he still did better than most of them.
That's true. I mean, if you look at the conditions, this is no excuse. Conditions बहुत मुश्किल थे.
Yeah, but like in उसी conditions पे Crawley ने 250 मारे, so I don't know what you're talking about.
तो I mean ऐसा लग रहा था कि ऐसा कि जब वो लोग बैटिंग कर रहे थे, तो it's a flat pitch, कुछ भी नहीं हो रहा, बॉल की मूवमेंट कुछ नहीं हो रही है, फिर हम लोग बैटिंग करने आए तो it's like a totally different pitch or totally different conditions.
But that's been our like story forever.
Yeah.
हम लोग खेलते हैं तो दूसरा गेम खेल रहे होते हैं और हमारे opponents दूसरे गेम.
You know what's funny? अभी मैंने Facebook पे मैंने पोस्ट शेयर की थी. It was Mohammad Yusuf's birthday. The 2004 Boxing Day Test में he scored.
I saw that
massive 100
on like a pretty good
yeah
run rate as well.
Shane Warne को छक्के वक्के मारे थे.
Yeah.
तो this guy Afnan, my Facebook friend, उसने comment किया था कि Pakistan lost this match despite having a really good start. They messed up in the second innings, and that's why they weren't able to kind of capitalize on that start. And I'm like, 16 years on, and we're in the same position. हम लोगों ने इतनी अच्छी first innings के लिए, मगर second innings we couldn't do anything despite bowling them out for pretty cheap. So that just shows कि
I mean, that's been our like consistent woes. Like शुरू से हम लोग इसी बात पे रोते हुए आ रहे हैं कि भाई हमारी we were playing different games than the opposition is.
Yeah.
The opposition is playing a completely different game and we're playing a completely different game. I think that if we had won that one session, the one that we're talking about, which was the 5th day ka session, the 4th day ka session,
4th day ka tha.
is it after before tea, the one after lunch.
Yeah, it was end का session था.
जिसमें हमने 5 विकेट गिराई थी, right?
काफी जल्दी विकेट गिर गई थी.
And you do good in that session, you have the entire series, then you're suddenly at number 3 in the ICC World Test Championship.
Yeah,
that's how minute the margins are.
Yeah.
And
you know what I thought was pretty interesting, that they played Shadab so we went with,
I didn't mind that. I like that.
We went with 5 batsmen, 1 keeper, and then Shadab. Because I think Shadab had a really good PSL with the bat. He was captain the Islamabad ka, so he batted like 3 or 4.
Do you think they should have dropped Asad in the second test and kept Shadab? And then Asad ki jagah Fawad?
This is Asad's 3rd tour. I want to talk about Asad as well. This is Asad's 3rd tour to England. So he's experienced. And Asad and Azhar, we have been trying to bank on them to be the replacement for Misbah and Yunus, but unfortunately that has not been the case. So Asad we had to go with him for all 3 tests because we needed his experience. And Asad that's how his career has been. With 3 innings flop करता था, then he would have a big 100 or he would score a couple of good 50s.
Well, the 6 straight innings flop.
Exactly, 5 innings by the way.
5, sorry.
So he averaged 11, I think, in the whole series. Or it's just also the mode of his dismissals. Asad has a thing where he goes out there and he plays a few shots.
His 4th stump does not exist.
एक cut मार देगा, एक drive मार देगा, but he got out all 5 dismissals रोकने को. I think मेरे ख्याल से 3-4 तो वो slip में out हुआ है. बाकी the last one it was Joe Root ने उसका out कर दिया.
Yeah.
So he just couldn't get out of his shell.
But isn't he like known to be out like? No, I think
that's an ODIs.
Yeah. And also that's Hafiz. I think I'm thinking about Hafiz. Who's part-time bowlers out होता है हर दफा.
Yeah.
Damn. But yeah, that was disappointing. Like Asad's performance was disappointing. Fawad Alam के बारे में क्या बोलेंगे आप?
Fawad Alam के बारे में ये है कि
the prodigal son returns after 11 years.
I want to talk about Fawad Alam in the sense कि why is he playing in England? In the sense that Fawad Alam की selection हुई थी in I think कोई 8 महीने पहले when we had the home series.
Yeah.
But he was benched for Haris Sohail. And Haris Sohail opted not to go on this tour. And this is not the first time he's done this. एक मेरे ख्याल से एक और tour with New Zealand का overseas का, he just said I'm not going. So
but did he give any reasons?
I'm not
this
sure.
One seems like legit.
This could be personal. I don't know what it is, but you know, this is when we've made an investment on you. You've been playing for the test team since Yunus and Misbah has retired. You've been the lower middle order for Pakistan, playing at number 5, bowling a few overs. So जब team को आपकी ज़रूरत है and it's in overseas conditions, why are you backing out?
I just think it's like a motivation issue. Maybe he's not interested in playing test like Amir.
No, but we cannot let people pick and choose. कि यार home series है तो मैं पिंडी कराची में खेल के 100 करके I'll make my stats good. तो फवाद को आपने इतने बड़ी सीरीज में इतनी मुश्किल कंडीशन में भेज दिया. I'm not trying to support him, back him, but obviously man, आप 11 साल के बाद कम बैक कर रहे हो. And honestly the conditions which he was making a comeback in, ball बहुत move हो रही थी. And moving ball में Jimmy, Broad, Vokes, these guys are near unplayable. So I feel like first innings में क्या हुआ था उसके, he played 4 balls.
Yeah.
मगर his feet were not moving. A lot of people talking about his stance.
Yeah. I was gonna bring that up. But does that have anything to do with it?
No. 12,500 रन है उसके फर्स्ट क्लास में, 3,500 हैं उसकी. He's averaging over 40 in ODIs. He has a 100 on test debut. So
I mean, I'm in favor of like let the man play. However,
if it's working,
if it's comfortable for him, let him. But the thing is, it didn't work this series. So does that mean that?
So that means that because it did not work, his stance is coming in as a possible
question.
reason why.
Doesn't it take you time from that stance to then be at a stance where the ball is gonna come to you, and then जब तक तुम ball के पास move करते हुए आओगे, that latency between your stance and then going toward the ball, that's milliseconds. But that's इतना time लगता है निकलने में.
I think
ball beat होने में.
if you pause the screen on at the point of the ball is released,
Yeah.
he's in a position. He's in a side on position. He's not front on नहीं खड़ा हो, side on खड़ा हो.
Okay.
So I think it's working for him. Let it be. That's why he came in the team. So
Yeah.
International cricket is a place to motivate someone. You cannot teach Fadl how to stand
Rebat.
in
Yeah,
space.
that's true.
So I thought that was a very anticlimactic comeback.
You're telling me, man. 11 साल के बाद आया, दुनिया पीछे पड़ी हुई है. Like all of Twitter was crazy, and then the guy goes on a duck. Come on.
Yeah. So
Second inning में what? 12 but 24. I think second inning में was 24.
21. I think he scored 21, but he came at a very इसकी third test में बैटिंग आई थी फिर. He scored 21.
Yeah.
When Pakistan, he came to bat. Pakistan के मेरे ख्याल से 12 पे 3 थे ऐसे कुछ तो. Then he made a partnership with Nazar early. So he was fighting it out, but he got a good ball which spun off the rough from Dom Bess. So that was our first test. So was I mean, second innings was total flop, and then हमारी when we were defending the score, which was I think about 277 हम लोग defend कर रहे थे.
Yeah.
And we had them for 100 for 5.
Still couldn't
do it. And the ball was moving around, and certainly there was a period between I think the 40th to when we got the new ball, and जहाँ ball कुछ भी नहीं कर रही थी. Nothing was happening. And that's very unusual for a day 5 pitch in Manchester. जहाँ पे the rough marks बने हुए, ball is like kicking off. I don't know if you saw the dismissal of Ollie Pope.
I think I missed it.
Full length ball थी मगर it kicked on him and he got nicked off.
Oh yeah.
Nothing like that happened उसके बाद. So, and my opinion is that our pacers were so unexperienced. Like Waqar Younis के ख्याल से mind में ये है कि Naseem Shah is the Waqar Younis, Shaheen Shah is the Wasim Akram, and we have found the next combination of fast bowlers.
But they have no experience. So how?
That's my problem.
They don't know where to bowl.
Shaheen ने अपनी इन स्विंग पक्की कर ली है, लेकिन अभी भी आज भी जो T20 हुआ है इसकी इन स्विंग he's starting it on middle stump, righty go.
Yeah.
So it's swinging down the leg side. फिर जब वो थोड़ा straight आने की कोशिश करता है, goes with the angle to slips.
Yeah.
So I don't know. He needs to work on that. And I think these bowlers, international cricket is not the place to gain experience. आपने experience gain करनी है, आप first class से फेंको उन लोगों को.
Domestic.
वहाँ पे रगड़ा लगाओ उन लोगों का.
Yeah.
Bowling का लंबी. Shaheen is what 19, 20. Naseem is 17. They're still very, very young. So, and this is what Shivak is saying. Okay, yeah. I know you can ball in 50. I know you can swing the ball back in, but show me the results.
Yeah, I mean you have to back it up. Talent-wise, कितना लेके जाओगे अब if you're not getting the wickets, if you're not stopping the runs.
Performance चाहिए.
Yeah, I mean that's a completely fair assessment of it. मेरा सिर्फ ये point है कि this is where the lack of Amir and the lack of the senior bowlers in the test दिखता है. कि जब आपके पास Amir is opting out from test, he's like, no, I'm just going to play T20 and ODIs. I'm not going to play tests anymore. This is where the grooming happens. Amir is your veteran bowler, right?
Yeah.
He's going to be the one who starts the innings, and then वो Shaheen को like train करेगा, वो Naseem को train करेगा. How are they going to train themselves if they are the star bowlers? उनके ऊपर कोई भी नहीं है. ये जो
Vicky भाई हैं.
But he's not on the field, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not on the field teaching them.
That's actually a very good point.
Because Amir on the field from one end, if he's moving the ball, then he can help guide apprenticeship wala scene jo hai.
That's a very good point. Because
I'm just saying. That's how it is.
Look at England. Brad Anderson.
Vokes ready हो गया.
Usually क्या होता है कि जब एक फास्ट बॉलर अपना ओवर खत्म करता है ना, he goes towards fine leg.
Yeah.
मगर जब ब्रॉड एंडरसन बॉलिंग करते हैं, दे मेक श्योर बोथ ऑफ देम और आइदर ऑफ देम कि जब एक बॉल कर रहा हो दूसरा बंदा मिड ऑफ पे हो.
Yeah. Then they keep talking.
They keep talking, they keep discussing. दोनों के 1000 विकेटें combined.
Yeah.
1100 actually.
1100, yeah.
So I think we're lacking that aspect.
That's major. Like you need that. We don't have a veteran bowler in our test team जो हमारे छोटों को groom करे. And
Yeah.
you can see that. Like yeah, नया ball, you're talented enough to move the ball in the first 15 overs. दोनों कर सकते हैं easy. उसके बाद क्या करोगे?
That's another problem that we have with Abbas. Abbas की new ball, he's very good new ball. जो length वो पकड़ता है ना,
Yeah. Like सिक्का रख लो.
आप आगे नहीं आ सकते, आप पीछे नहीं आ सकते, you're just stuck. And I don't know how, but lately he's learned how to seam the ball at will.
Yeah.
तो first innings में I was watching, उसने डॉम सिबली को 4 बॉल बाहर निकाली, आउट सीम कराई उसने, फिर ढक करके एक निप बैक करो, इतनी तेज़ से निप बैक हुई थी कि he got plump. But that's another problem. सेकंड स्पेल में अब्बास की पेस 130 से 125 आ जाती है. रिजवान आगे कीपिंग करता है टू योर प्रीमियर supposedly fast bowler. And he's just, his job after the new ball is just to contain.
Yeah.
Now ball reverse हो रही थी. He can't bowl a short ball. It's too slow. People just smash him.
Yeah.
So I felt like that was also another problem. But
Yasser took 5 in the first test match. That was interesting.
he took 4 and 4.
Oh, 4 and
I
4.
believe.
That was still interesting. 8 in the first test match. That in a wicket that doesn't spin a lot. I mean, that's an achievement. I'm gonna have to give it to him.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't look the most fit.
Does he
but
ever?
He was still bowling really well. I think he's the best leg spinner in the bowler now.
Yeah.
Fastest to 200 wickets
Rashid
in Test
Khan?
history. Rashid is T20 man.
I'm just saying, you can't just throw us greatest of all time, best of all time.
Current.
Rashid Khan is, I think, the best in my opinion.
I think Rashid Khan is a good T20 bowler, but long run man.
I don't know. Afghanistan doesn't play a lot of tests, so we can't really judge.
They are playing one in Australia in summer.
That's gonna be fun.
That's interesting.
They don't have the patience to like survive 5 days. That's not the point. I'm
Yeah.
just saying Rashid Khan is, I think, a better contemporary spinner than
That's debatable, magar.
Karuna debate phir.
नहीं, because Yasser के stats can back him up. He
In tests.
match winner है वो, इतने उसने, he has so many fifers, and I think Rashid still has a long way to go. He's 20.
Yeah, he's 20.
20 bro. 22.
That guy's
You look
not
like my dad.
20.
And I look pretty old too.
Yeah, but you don't look like you're. If you told me you were 20, I'd be like, shut up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's not. I'm not believing that. So.
So yeah, मतलब second inning when we were defending the score, so 100 पे 5 हो गए थे. We had no plan. Vokes is weak against the short ball. हमने उसको short ball पे try नहीं किया. 1-2 बॉल हमने को try किया, उसने खड़ी की, एक चौका हुआ पीछे.
कौन बताएगा ये हमारे बॉलर्स को? विकी भाई.
This is where the captaincy comes into play, man. Like अजहर अली को अगर विकी भाई ने मिसबाह ने सब बताना है, तो he's basically just a puppet on the field.
Yeah.
Right, this is where the captaincy comes into play. Or there's actually a very interesting stat जो Sky Sports पे Michael Atherton ने निकाला था कि जितनी भी matches Azhar Ali captaincy की हैं, either he lost by an innings or by a lot of runs, or he won by a big margin. So this was the first match where he was captaining, which went down to the wire.
Yeah.
This was his first actual test as a test captain,
Yeah.
and he just seemed to have cracked under pressure.
Yeah, clueless.
फिर उसने खोली भी पड़ी हुई थी.
Leaking runs from like
Exactly.
fine
Okay.
leg and third man.
Vokes batting कर रहा था. Vokes is borderline tender, right?
Yeah.
He was averaging about 5 in the last 10 innings.
Yeah.
और माशाल्लाह से पाकिस्तानी हम तो माहिर हैं. कोई बॉलर आउट ऑफ फॉर्म हो, हम उसको इन फॉर्म ले आएंगे.
Yes.
कोई बैट्समैन आउट ऑफ फॉर्म हो, उसको हम ले आएंगे इन फॉर्म.
Yeah.
Example is Vokes and Butler.
Yeah.
तो yeah, and then there was no fight. जब और they played so smartly कि उन्होंने calculate किया होता कि हमने new ball का जो factor है, we have to just
Eliminated.
eliminate it.
Yeah.
जब तक new ball आई थी, they needed like 15-10 runs to win. So that was the first test.
That was I mean it was a roller coaster because
Yeah.
उसके बाद से तो it was just बारिश.
I felt like Babar played really well.
Babar played really well.
He was in a position to have gone and on to
Like his naysayers want him to hit centuries in every game or double centuries in every game. So he will have those innings as well. But in matches like these, जहाँ पे just staying on the wicket is dominating, I think he did a good
like
job.
I think he was a class act to watch. Like it was a pleasure. I think बहुत अरसे बाद कोई पाकिस्तानी बैट्समैन
Yeah.
आया, which
I agree.
I can wake up early on my weekend to watch him bat.
Yeah. He's majestic to look at. I think
Exactly.
just even his whole follow through, his whole game is very, very aesthetically pleasing. Like आपको मजा आता है उसको देखते हुए खेलने में.
Mm-hmm.
And plus the byproduct of that is that he's translating those into runs as well.
Yeah.
ODIs, T20s, and tests. Mein. Like he's the top 5
He's
in
number
all three
one
formats.
T20 mein, third mein he third on
ODIs.
ODIs, 5
in
on tests. So.
Like that's a good place to be in.
Yeah.
I don't think बहुत दिनों के बाद ऐसा एक पाकिस्तानी बैट्समैन आया जो who's like dominating all three formats.
Yeah, and he's reliable. We can rely
Yeah,
on him.
100% reliable, man. Like he's become very quickly like one of my favorite players in the Pakistani team.
Yeah.
And that's good. But the thing is, like that's a good first step, second step to be at. But then uske baad you have to, like, if you want to be legendary, if you want to be the GOAT, if you want to be Kohli, Sachin, Benzema, Ponting,
You gotta
then
score big hundreds.
you gotta score big hundreds. You gotta stay on the pitch. You gotta make match-winning innings.
Yeah.
वो अभी मुझे देखते हुए नहीं मिली है, at least tests में. T20s, ODIs, I have those. I can point on those and be like, yeah.
Yeah.
But tests में he still has to shine. I know he had a late test start. Like शुरू में he really struggled,
Mm-hmm.
and now he's at a place where he's solid number 3,
Credit to
number
Mickey
4.
Arthur as well. He persisted with Bauer.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I credit Mickey Arthur to a lot of things, but
हम लोगों ने काफी उसको भी people wrote Bauer off के यार he's just only a white ball player मगर I think the investment that Mickey made in Bauer it's paying off now.
no, for sure. Second test match.
Second test I think यार इतनी घास थी पिच पे
I know. I saw that. It was like playing differentiate करने में मुश्किल हो रहा था.
मुझे वो अभी पब्लिक स्कूल का था कि हमारा मैच था स्नैकल्स का तो आई वेंट टू बैट सरप्राइजिंगली वन डाउन में चला गया था बैटिंग करने के लिए आई एम अ टेलेंडर एनीवेज मैं वहाँ गया तो आई वाज लाइक रनिंग सिंगल लिया मैंने एंड अंपायर मेरे पास आगे बोलता है कि बेटा डोंट रन ऑन द पिच आई एम लाइक पिच किधर है बिकॉज
It was just a मिट्टी का ground,
just मिट्टी.
and there was chalk से एक बीच में pitch बनी हुई थी. I remember that.
so a point is it was very hard to differentiate between
That's what you felt when you saw the game.
that's what I felt so and with Jimmy and Broad at their this is their peak man
Yeah. Would you argue that this is Jimmy's peak?
I think
He's what, 39 now?
how
38?
dude his pace was up this was the fastest that he's bowled
He's
in
looked the
last 6
most
years.
lethal I've ever seen him.
Yeah. Or I was watching two stats. It was Jimmy and Broad's averages as they grew older in Test cricket, and this is how their averages are decreasing, which means that they're
Giving out
know how
runs.
to get out or
On less runs, right?
on less runs.
Yeah.
Average is the runs per wicket.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
I mean, yeah, they've aged like fine wine, both of them. Like, this because of them, in England team is at a place where their test cricket is fun to watch, man.
Yeah.
Like, I love watching the Ashes anyways, but having them attack the Australian bowlers like that,
Seeing Broad
completely different.
make Warner his bunny in
Oh my
7
God.
out of 8 innings.
That's one of my favorite sequences of like innings bowling, like long-term rivalries in a
Yeah.
test series. One of my favorites. The other would probably be like Shoaib Akhtar and Sachin, and when India came to Pakistan and Sachin ने Shoaib ने उसको बनी बना के रखा हुआ था. Shoaib and Asif खिला रहे थे उसको. That was fun to watch too. But this is like close, really up there.
Yeah.
Like I can watch his highlights against them both. Their highlights against Australia all day long. I think it's very, very entertaining. It's high quality cricket, and it's like it's very entertaining.
I think second test की highlight आप Ali made mid 60. Funny thing about that was कि 7 चौके मारे थे इसमें
सारे third man और
थर्ड मैन
leg
स्लिप्स में
slips पे थे.
और आप उनका अगर रिएक्शन नेक्स्ट 50 मार के तो वो तो हेलमेट वगैरह सब उतर गए थे
बस
सजदा करना पड़ गया था
पैंट खींची हुई थी उन्होंने और नॉर्मल भी उतर जाती.
I mean I know 50 मारी है टेस्ट मैच में it's
a big deal, yeah.
मगर like come on
I agree with you.
ऐसे तो ना सेलिब्रेट करो यार
No, I agree with you. It was a bit shocking कि इतनी जोर से celebration हो रही थी. But that just tells you where the mindset was of the players. Like they were quite, I don't think demoralized is the word. They were just nervous.
yeah
And यही होता है हर दफ़ा हमारे सारे players जब भी इंग्लैंड जाते हैं बड़े से बड़े nervous होके आते हैं. Second, third innings में you see second, third matches में you see them performing. First matches में तो they're like, oh, we're just like pitch समझने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं.
even though they've
इतने
been
game
there
निकल
for
जाता है.
like over a month
They've been there for the longest time.
but the test match rules they had
Yeah.
practice games they've played on the
एक
wickets
दूसरे के साथ भी खेल रहे थे scenario based
yeah
innings, but
but I think for second test the highlight for me was Rizwan's innings just that he played with the tail and just that he attacked the English bowlers. I think if there was any question of Sarfaraz getting back in the team, I think this series has eliminated any questions of that.
He's gone.
He's out of the picture.
Put a
In
gasket
test.
over
In
his
test.
career, and that's it.
Yeah, it's gonna be
आज तो T20 में भी नहीं खेला वो.
yeah, which was
That was
surprising for me.
shocking.
Yeah,
That's a ballsy move. That's how you know that.
they're persisting with Rizwan. Even though I don't think he's a T20 player, his strike rate and उसको कराची किंग्स में कोई नहीं कराता.
कराची की टीम से खेलता है.
Yeah, see, you didn't even know that.
PSL में. No, I don't know that.
उसको मैच नहीं मिलता, बेंच पे रहता है.
I think that's gonna change very quickly.
Let's see, because they were never able to fit him in the playing 11 के कहाँ खिलाए.
Because he never proved himself to be a good batsman.
Yeah.
But now things are changing. Like he man of the series for Pakistan.
Yeah.
When did they start splitting the man of the series?
I actually had no idea.
That was interesting for me.
That was interesting, and yeah, but it was great to see that they gave it to Rizwan.
I know you're dying to talk about Jimmy Anderson. Congratulations, Jimmy.
Yeah.
600 wickets. Your favorite test bowler. The floor is yours. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Jimmy Anderson. I think I've literally grown up and I've gone into my teen and adult years now, watching Jimmy ball or his kissing position, uski in swing, out swing, just because Jimmy is a kind of bowler जो set up करके out करता है. And I think that is so beautiful to watch. दो बाहर एक अंदर.
Yeah.
And he has so many variations. Late out swinger. Like आपको पहले वो commit कराता है कि आप अंदर वाली पे खेलो.
Yeah.
And then last minute it just swings away.
How far is he from coming to our podcast?
I'm working on it. Jimmy, you're watching this. I want you on this. Let's get it.
Jimmy, so this is this whole podcast is basically a ploy to get Jimmy Anderson and sit with him and talk with him.
Basically.
He's done with his test series, so he can probably come on.
Yeah, but he's working on broadcasting. So I think he was commentating today.
For the test?
Yeah, because
Oh,
he's
for the
he's
T20s?
from Manchester. They call him the Burnley Express.
Oh, so you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, this is a great insight for Jimmy Anderson to be on this show.
It is, and I'm
Like, we're big fans, and this is the best way. So,
I've been listening to. I'm a big fan of his own podcast as well.
Tailenders, yeah, it's a good podcast.
So it's him, it's his friend Greg James, who's a broadcaster in the UK.
Yeah.
And one of his other friends. So, and it's kal sun raha tha main, just a normal day. Jimmy took 600 wickets. And I'm in the middle of the podcast, and achanak se Greg James is like, so I got this audio file 2 days ago from LA,
Yeah.
4 a.m. in the morning. So, and then he plays it, and it's Jesse piano shuru hua na, I was like, this sounds a lot like Coldplay.
Yeah.
And then it was Chris Martin who made a small song for Jimmy called "Small Town Boy." And it was so catchy.
It was
really
catchy. It was heartfelt. Like, that's an
funny. It
honor
made my day.
itself.
It made my day.
Like, that's two of your worlds colliding at the same time. Like Jimmy Anderson and then Coldplay, one of your favorite bands.
And I think we need to actually understand the magnitude of his 600 wickets. The
First fast bowler ever to do it in the history of cricket.
17 years in Test cricket, bowling day in day out at the pace that he does, at the skill level that he does. It's unheard of.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people are going to be debating, Jimmy is a great, but England conditions.
How many wickets does he have on the English conditions?
Over 350. Jimmy has 104 wickets at Lords.
Only bowler to ever do that.
It's crazy stuff. But
One location, 104 wickets. This
Yeah.
guy's, yeah. I mean, he's a legend in the game. Like, people
I think
don't
we're
understand.
witnessing a very interesting time in fast bowling history where we're watching Broad and Anderson ball, both of them who have combined 1,100 wickets.
Yeah.
So I think this is greatness on display, and we need to appreciate this and value this.
100%. 100%. So, Jimmy Anderson and Stuart Broad, welcome anytime on the broadcast.
Hit me up.
Yeah, Jimmy Anderson, I mean, he's going to go down in the books as one of the best fast bowlers England has ever seen and the world has ever seen, especially Test cricket bowling.
For sure.
The temperament and the patience that he has when he takes up his run up and he goes bowls day in and day out, same location, same length, same area, moves it slightly to the andar aati hai, slightly outside. Like, that's beauty.
Yeah.
In cricket, and very few bowlers are able to do that. I'm pretty sure if Asif had played till now, we would be talking about him as the same way.
Yeah, he was on track.
But yeah, Zahir Khan in India reminds me of that. He used to move the ball a lot as well.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that he's maintained his career and kept that consistency, it's unheard of, and you have to appreciate it. That kind of commitment
And the love for the game as well.
Oh, yeah.
Fast bowlers, they go through so much like injuries and
I mean, like, not to be corny or anything, but he is from Manchester, and he's gonna live forever. Like that, like Oasis said, like he's gonna live forever in the record books as the first bowler to hit 600 wickets.
Yeah.
Wasim couldn't do it. Waqar couldn't do it. Like McGrath couldn't do it. These are one of the best ever, and then Jimmy's in that
Yeah.
for sure.
So I'm really happy for him.
Closing thoughts on the test series before you move. Take a little. We talk about the T20 and then wrap it up.
I think if Pakistan had played that one session in Sanu ki tarah, I think we would be having a very different conversation right now. I think we need to give credit to Azhar Ali. Jo last test mein he made
he pulled it off. That would have been a 2-0 test series.
141. I think Barish ki wajah se we couldn't see a lot of other things.
Do you think we could have closed out that test? Do you think we could have drawn the series?
We could have. I think that game would have been drawn either way, because if we avoided the follow on, if we avoided the trail, England would have had to bat again, and that was just the game over. It was going to be a draw.
So you're saying none of us are hitting double centuries in the fourth day?
I think second test could have been interesting because we made 236 and then they were 110 for 4 on a pitch that was seaming and swinging like crazy. So things could have been very different in the second test. But yeah, it's just if and buts. Should have, would have, but couldn't, right? So
yeah. T20 series, what are we? What's happening? एक तो draw हो गया.
आज मुझे बड़ी disappointment हुई यार playing 11 देख के.
What was it?
I was really hoping that they would give Heather Ali a chance.
Hit me the playing 11. Is it the usual suspects?
Yeah, actually no. I was actually surprised. Like समझ नहीं आ रहा था ये लोग करना क्या चाह रहे हैं. Like I'm not understanding the management's mindset. उन्होंने I was really expecting Heather Ali to have a debut today, but they persisted with Fakhr, Power, Hafiz one down, Shoaib Malik, and Rizwan was there. Iftikhar, Shadab.
Why? What the hell?
Yeah, I was expecting Wahab to be.
Why is Shoaib Malik still playing T20?
Interesting fact. 14 years ago today, Pakistan played its first ever T20 international.
He was the captain,
Bristol, and he was playing.
Who was the captain of the game?
Inzamam was captain.
Yeah.
We won that match, by the way. मगर ये दोनों खेल रहे तो अभी भी खेल रहे हैं लोग और पता नहीं और कितना खेलेंगे. Because there's a very big question कि next year है World T20. These guys said that they would play the World T20 next month, which was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
मगर अब वो नहीं हो रहा. तो अब और can they last for another year? Hafiz आज मुश्किल से डाइविंग मारी आ रही थी.
The guy is done, bro. These guys are done. Like, I'm not trying to be like a party pooper, but they're actually, both of them should have retired from T20 a long time ago. I understand that's a shorter form of the game and you can be more useful. Like, there's more utility in you playing that game. But Hafiz and Shoaib Malik ko roster pe dekh ke I'm shocked.
If I was captain, if I was part of the management, I would have guarded Heather Ali to debut today and open.
Instead of whomst?
Instead of Fakhr Zaman. Fakhr ko main bithata hu. Yeah, I would have.
I don't mind
Hafiz and pay Heather Ali one down. I mean, you've got to go for the youngsters, man. T20 is a youngsters game. Look at their team. Tom Banton, that guy is a freak. He's the next big thing. I'm telling you. His strike rate
71
he's
or 42.
not coming into for singles. I promise you that.
This guy, whoa, 41.
He manipulated the field.
71 off 42, 4 4s, 5 6s. Wow.
तीन छक्के लगा शादाब को. He played the paddle sweep. He played drives. He's a complete package. And they've got plenty of more of those. Like, they didn't have Jason Roy playing today. Butler is resting, so this is not even the full strength England one team.
This would have been an interesting. If they had played their full 20 overs, they were going towards 160, 170, weren't they?
Yeah.
I think we could have chased that down. Why not? Close game with that. मजा आता देखने में.
Yeah. Anything could have happened.
The next game is tomorrow, परसों.
Sunday.
T20 में भी एक दिन का gap, like that doesn't make sense to me.
So I mean, it's just very, very frustrating as a spectator for the rain. I'm just can't imagine how much
they have to figure a way out. Like it's too like Ramiz Raja said, like if you want to preserve the game of cricket, if you want to actually make it to the next generation, you can't be having rain game. Like if I had woken up to see this game, I would have lost sleep.
Yeah,
and then I'd be upset
for sure.
Right, and that's not what you want the spectators to feel. So they have to they have to find a way around that.
Yeah.
So what do we think is going to happen in the rest two of the games?
I think the next game, because this game didn't finish, they're going to persist and go with the same team because same location. So because a lot of the guys probably didn't get a full chance, they'll probably persist with the same team.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what happens. But Pakistan looked decent today in the bowling. There was a period in the middle जब Banton and Morgan were really going after them, but they came back and they took their wickets. So and Babar looked very involved. Like हर ball पे bowler से बात कर रहा है और field set कर रहा है.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, let's see what happens.
I'm all for it, man. I'm mad for it. I think it's gonna be a good series, good wrap up, and then they're coming back home.
Yeah. I think kudos to the players as well, man. Like रोज पिछले 2 महीने सोठो खिड़की खोलो ग्राउंड है ग्राउंड में जाओ खेलो फिर हराओ.
Gets
like,
frustrating.
Sometimes you need like a break away from the game as well.
Yeah. I think this is going to be important for them when they go back home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this was a good in-depth summary. Good. I agree with a lot of your points about the first and second tests.
Yeah.
Hopefully we learn from it. इसके बाद हम कहाँ जा रहे हैं? Test series का क्या scene है? Next series का क्या scene है?
I think Zimbabwe already have Pakistan.
When? Next year?
October, I believe.
Like, is it going to be the same? Like, we're going to be in a bubble and all that?
Yeah, we're gonna be in a bubble, but they're coming to Pakistan, so.
So Lahore, Karachi, or Sir Lahore?
Not sure.
That's going to be
Probably
interesting.
one location, so it's easier.
Yeah, probably.
So when am I seeing you next year?
Huh?
When am I seeing you next year?
No, you're going to see me next week. We're going to be restarting this.
Wrapping up the T20 series?
Wrapping up the T20 series. There's more stuff to talk about. Tenet is coming out.
Oh, yeah.
So we're probably going to do
an review.
We're probably going to do an in-depth Tenet talk and stuff like that. Spoiler full, everything.
Agar samajh mein aa gayi to.
Yeah, I've been reading reviews and people are like, it's amazing, but your brain's going to hurt.
Yeah.
Talk to Matt Whitecross, a regular on the broadcast podcast, and he told me that. Great movie, but my brain hurts. And I'm like, that's all I want to hear.
Yeah.
Sounds great. Anyways, thanks for coming along. This was a long time coming. It's always fun to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And next week we're gonna be back with Jimmy Anderson. Can I start that? Can I say that? Can I start this rumor or no? Like, get Jimmy, get whoever's listening to this, tweet Jimmy to be on our podcast.
Hashtag get Jimmy Anderson on podcast.
इतना लंबा hashtag मैं भी नहीं पढ़ता. Like, there's have to be. We'll figure a way out, but we'll get Jimmy on here soon.
Let's make it happen.
All right. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for listening, guys. We're going to be on Spotify, Google Play Music, YouTube Music, all that good stuff very soon. So keep an eye out for that. And see you on the other side.
Take care.
फिर से सारी बातें जो नहीं करनी थी कर डाली माँ.